Hey everyone, so here I am back with my new video which is on immersion again. Actually, here we will study immersion as an essayist and Emerson's prose style with reference to the American scholar. Both are the similar topics actually to some extent. Actually, we will study, as we all know, that the American scholar is a well known creation by Emerson. So, with reference to this, we will study his prose style and also Emerson as an essayist. So, the points we will cover here are who is Emerson, his famous quotes, and Emerson as an essayist. Let's start. So, Ralph Waldo Emerson, he was born on 25th May 1803 in Boston, Massachusetts, US, and died on April 27 in 1882 in Concord, Massachusetts, US. Alma mater was Harvard Divinity School and era was 19th century philosophy. His reason was American philosophy and school was Transcendentalism. Ralph Waldo Emerson's institutions are Harvard College. His main interests are individualism, nature, divinity, cultural criticism. And notable ideas are self reliance, transparent eyeball, and double consciousness. His famous works are addressed at Divinity College, English traits, essays, nature, and poems. So, here are some of Emerson's famous and very well known quotes. First is make the most of yourself, for that is all there is of you. Means we should make most of ourselves. Most of ourselves here means we should give our best in everything because this is all we would have in future with us. Next is to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. See how divine thought he is having, that to be yourself in the world that is constantly trying to pull you down is the greatest accomplishment in his thought because sometimes this actually is very applicable or you can say relatable in our day-to-day life nowadays. Next, a hero is no braver than an ordinary man, but he is braver 5 minutes longer. Actually, he is saying that we should do whatever we want to do in a very quick way. No, we should not wait for anything else, and because this is how we will be called a brave or a hero. Next slide is about his key points in American Scholar. As I have told you that American Scholar is a well-known creation by Ralph Waldo Emerson. So his key points are like this. The main idea of the American Scholar is that through connection to nature, understanding of books and action, a man can become more educated. The American scholar must use self direction to establish confidence and embark. Embark means to engage on creative endeavors. So, this is all the key points or the main idea you can say in the American scholar. Next slide is about Emerson as an essayist or Emerson's prose style with reference to the American scholar. So we will study all these 8 points one by one. Let's start. First is Emerson's reasoning. In his essay, Emerson's reasoning is called a priori. It is reasoning from cause to effect and vice versa. There is no logical relation among his points, but in his transcendentalism, they stand related to the one another. In fact, Emerson's essay is not an essay in the conventional sense. It is the essay of transcendentalist. If you have watched my previous video, so you will come to know what is transcendentalism. So actually, Emerson is the great transcendentalist of his era. You can go for that video also. I will give you a link in my description. So next slide is about form. The essay of the English are short, but Emerson's essays are very long. His essays are a vast treatise of nature in which multitudes of argument and illustrations jostle one another for existence. The body of his Essay is vast, it contains various topics under the main title. The essay, The American Scholars, covers about 15 pages. So you can imagine that the form of Emerson is very vast as his prose style or as an essayist also. Next, loose construction. Emerson's essays are loosely constructed. His paragraphs are not based on any logical sequence. He was a great scholar. His vision was vast. As soon as he is in a position to complete a paragraph, a new vision comes up and ideas from themselves into a circle. So you can think about this, that loose construction is there always in his essays and his prose style also, because one thought is not completed and suddenly another thought is there on his in his creations. Next, sublime thoughts. Emerson's essays are steeped in sublime thoughts. His essays, The Poet, The Oversoul, The Self Reliance, contain sublime thoughts. If you have read what is oversoul, so you and self reliance also, so you will come to know that how a soul is created from means being taken away by one body to another, and how it bears all what it bears. So this is all about sublime thoughts in his content or in his creations. Emerson, the transcendentalist, is at the best in these essays. Uh, I will make some videos on these also for your uh, means knowing what is what is his essays all about. Like the oversoul and self reliance are the main actually in this regard. Next is display of wisdom. His essays are replete with his wisdom. He was an intellectual, a deep thinker, and an eloquent speaker. His essays contain deep thoughts which run in the reader's mind. Thoreau, Emerson, Whitman, they were all good citizens of the 19th century and of the West. In the back of their work, all three writers built on Native American material and embodied American attitudes, especially the concepts of individualism and self-reliance. So display of wisdom is always there in his all type of creation, whether it is a prose or an essay or a poetry or anything. Next, philosophical style. Emerson was primarily a philosophical thinker. He was transcendentalist. He believed that God pervades the whole universe. As it is said in Hindu religion also, we can say like this, that God is everywhere. So his thoughts are similar to that, that God pervades the whole universe. Emerson's style for writing essays is philosophical. He unites the world of phenomena is lifted to the plane of principle. Further, a man should learn to detect and watch the gleam of light which flashes across his mind from within. Emerson's vision draws philosophical conclusions for the readers. He writes, every thought is potent rather than purely reflective. Next is no composition. Philosophical are philosophical, not artistic. Actually, we can say that Emerson is a philosophical, not an artistic like this. In the position of, in the opinion of Spiller, Emerson is a writer who is artistic but not an artist. Emerson is said to have got no sense of composition, as we have studied in previous slides also, that he had loose construction and he had a very vast form, and loose construction in the sense like this, that one thought is not completed and another thought is coming there in his creation. So that's why here it is said by Spiller also that Emerson is said to have got no sense of composition. He is accused of writing loose sentences with no sense of syntax. When he starts elaborating his ideas, his sense of form disappears and continuation becomes illogical. Incoherence is the result of it at all. Emerson's prose has something beautiful style, something dazzling. A critic say about his essays that they are a chaos full of shooting stars. So this is about no composition, and next slide is about conclusion. As conclusion, we can say that he is one of the greatest essayists of America. He is appreciated in the entire world for his essays. About the significance of his essays, Matthew Arnold, a great critic, is of the view as the world was, poetry is, in my judgment, the most important work done in our language during the present century. So, Emerson's essays are, I think, the most important work done in prose. So, thank you for now and bye to all.